What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today we got a new unit in AFK Journey, and that unit is Zandrok. And I wish I had him P4 on my main account. The thing is, we are on the Pioneer server, and the Pioneer server is the same version of Zandrok as the global version, so I thought we'd check him out right here, because that is pretty cool, as everybody also has Paragon 4. It's a pretty fair playing ground. And Zandrok is a unit that I had, well, on my radar a little bit earlier, because I was scared of this guy. And I was scared mainly because I thought maybe there would be a little bit of backlash for AFK Journey, because he has an ability that says when a battle starts, summons illusion, and that charges forwards in a 5-tile wedge formation towards the enemy side, dealing 10% damage and destroying all obstacles in their path. Also, they inspire him and allies and grant them like a max HP. If you can see, there is empty HP that is not from the enemy dealing damage, that is in fact from this max HP buff. So a healer could now come there and heal this up, and then they would have higher max HP than before. And this of course helps you survive like one-shot attacks and everything with like an execute, maybe Nathalia, something like this. Makes it easier to survive overall. Heightens your healing amount that you need. Also, you want to use a healer if you have abilities like this. It's the same as for Belrin. In essentially makes every hero a little bit of a mini version of Belrin, but can stack with Belrin actually, which is fairly cool. And then you also increased life drain, haste, and movement speed. And movement speed I thought was pretty cool, because if you have watched my videos for some time, you know I made a video about movement speed and about how that is a key ability for AFK Journey that is not really quite addressed. And now this is addressed. This is addressed to an extent and is pretty cool. I can show you gameplay of Zandrok. So here we have like a very classic gameplay of Zandrok. You can see the start, walls get destroyed, so this is like an insane thing. It is map shaping. This map usually has like this middle corridor where all the fighting happens, and this just got opened up by our Zandrok. Zandrok just said, okay, those walls all have to go, and you can see how that is a game changer in itself. If there is ever like a map where the enemy gets a huge advantage because of walls, we had one Supreme Arena map, for example, with like this inner area that you could completely close off from the enemy, then now you can really break this open, and you can make it, you can like reshape the map to your needs. On top of that, he supports melee heroes in their movement speed. There is a disadvantage with that, and maybe you can spot that at the beginning. Actually, your heroes move forward and only then really get the movement speed buff, and this makes a huge difference for some of the heroes on your team, because they might already reach the enemy before they receive the movement speed buff, essentially nullifying it to an extent, which is kind of sad. He has a big ult. Maybe he wants to do it right now because he has full energy. Mr. Zandrok, kind of want to demonstrate here. Come on. Hello. There we go. This is actually a very nice CC. Doesn't seem like it. Well, it sure seems like it. He throws them into the air quite a lot. It has a huge area. It really has a huge area. It has a 2-tile range, which is pretty huge. That's like, feels like half the map, honestly. And it will throw the entire enemy team up. Doesn't deal a ton of damage. It isn't too bad necessarily. I mean, we still see he did a ton of damage there. I would overall not really see him as the damage dealer in a team. Like if you see him compared to some of the hyper carries, if you put him in the team, let's say with a Hodgkin or something, he won't necessarily keep up with that. And the thing about it is, he is mostly meant for like being a hybrid between a support really and a damage dealer. That is the thing that I see for him. You can very well put him in a Mauler team. You can very well bring up a team and make like something Saida, for example. Like this team, I would say, where you activate the Mauler tile through him and have Saida in there. We use Dunlinger here just to give Saida some time to activate her ult a few times, and then we have like those big HP buffs. We have the range def reduction through the Mauler tile, and overall create like a very tanky team with it, with Coco in the back, at the shield. From Saida, and Saida has a wonderful synergy actually with Coco, because you allow your allies in fact to get like a shield from Saida, and this of course gives another healer time to heal them back up to their max HP and kind of bridge that gap until you can use their max HP for real. So we have like this very tanky team that gives Zeta the time to really act. And there you can see how much range this really had, how it just threw up the entire enemy team. And Zandrok has two very nice abilities. First of all, the Rallying Roar that allows him to buff all the allies and himself and give himself a decent amount of max HP. And then at the same time, also extra healing will be turned into max HP. So at some points you can really see a very, very tanky Zandrok. And of course that also has synergy in of itself with other abilities that you might find on the board. I remember vividly the time when we have the Supreme Arena buff that gave you a shield based on your max HP, and having a unit like Xandrok gives you an alternative to Belren as like a super high max HP unit. I think it should probably be the second highest max HP that we can achieve in game next to Belren. So very, very good actually in that sense. And here, by the way, super tanky. I think it is a Chimera that we have over there, and ridiculous how far he throws the enemies into the air. She had a big amount of shield. I didn't even know where this came from, but we were able to punch through after quite a few seconds. The amount of damage that she took in the end, we can check it out, is kind of ridiculous. Look at that, for 184 million damage. And in total, of course, if you see a strong carry like Zeta next to him, the damage numbers they are kind of showing that he's mostly more on the support area. You wouldn't use him as a hyper carry. I wouldn't even necessarily use him as like the only carry hero in the team. He's more on the support side, but he can be very, very interesting in that, as like all the buffs and everything he has kind of plays very, very well into what he's trying to do. So he's overall a very round hero. He's a hero that provides you with meaningful buffs for your melee team, and in a Mauler team is a great choice just to activate your Mauler skills. And the thing always about the Mauler skills and everything you do with Mauler in general is that a lot of those heroes, well, aren't really up to par, and are really a little bit older and sometimes not that great. And then you have like, Wraec's got a new skill still. You have something like Antandra, which just like is a little bit lackluster. And a lot of those heroes are just heroes that when you design your PvP team, you don't necessarily think about picking, and had their best times maybe in the past. So having a hero now like Xandrok is a hero where I wouldn't hesitate to put him on a team, especially in Supreme Arena or something, if let's say the Mauler skill was good again. And I would say, okay, let's put that guy in there. We saw the teams that we saw before, like with Saida in the past as well, where people tried to activate the Mauler tile, combined it with Belren as well, and I think there would have been no question about whether or not Zandrok was on this team. So in that sense, he's pretty good. But will he reshape like an arena meta, for example? No. And I think he's just a little bit on another power level. We saw a fight that I just did a second ago against Seven. Where is he actually? 7 Yapala there. We saw the fight a second ago. It was a pretty decent performance by Zandrok, but I think the power level right now is best displayed if we just take a look at how it would be if we used, well, our very well-known Hogan here. I think you will quickly see the difference there. It's just like, yeah, I mean, this is the power level that we have currently and that we can do, and I think alone he's not there. He needs like another hero to support. He needs like another hero that is on this power level to just make it happen. I didn't see any use of him in AFK stages yet. I tried it a few times. I failed to really find like a proper use. I think the walls and obstacles in AFK stages usually work for you. I would 100% say that he will be in the Ravaged Realm teams that are coming up. We are going to see Ravaged Realm. I would 100% say he is in there. I don't think you actually need too many copies. I think it's cool if you have the Mythic Plus because you get the extra enhanced normal attack damage. I think this could make a difference. This could be something that you want. You don't necessarily need the Supreme Plus if you just want him for Ravaged Realm. You probably want Mythic Plus, I reckon, because that is extra damage. If you really want to go for 100% damage, I think you need Mythic Plus. If you just want to have like good chances, then 1 copy is honestly enough. Then you will probably be able to use Rallying Roar, and that will be probably mostly fine. So getting at least one copy, in my opinion, is a 100%. I think he has a future in the meta of PvP as well, just not right now, just not for the most part. In this current meta. There are some teams where we also saw him, and I want to show that to you. We will go over it a little bit more when we cover the Zenny teams. Because you can also build some very good Zenny teams with him for Arena, where he just provides like the extra HP, the extra tankiness, and some more buffs for the turrets. Which, I mean, we have to talk about Zenny to really let you understand that, but Zenny will be an absolute menace as well. It is true. There is soon going to be a video on it, because there are some interactions with her just straight up crazy. And I used her in some of the arena teams. Keep in mind, for the Supreme Arena teams, I don't think Xandrok is used in there. So there are some limitations on the PvP viability in that sense as well. Is he a hero that I want to summon? Like, a yes for me, definitely. I want to go for Supreme Plus on him. I don't really want to invest too much for him in terms of PvP. I don't think he necessarily fits my teams too well. Most of his buffs usually work towards melee heroes, but not too many melee heroes are still left. Like, the common melee heroes that we have is something like Balrin, for example. But Balrin, and I tested this a little bit, he kind of gets a benefit from him. He gets at least the movement speed. The extra HP doesn't matter too much to him because he already has so much HP. The extra life drain is not noticeable. Harak is kind of going out of meta, and then Pang didn't really make it. And I mean, once we get the comeback of Khafra, then I mean we can use him. And I'm not really joking here, to be honest, because, well, we're kind of still waiting for the enhanced force, and I already made some Khafra teams work again. So yeah, this is something that might happen next season. And then Zandrok could be okay, but Khafra, for example, never really had like a problem with movement speed. So yeah, for most of those, that is not really the case. And I think we are currently still in a ranged meta where you can use him. We saw this in the first one, but it's not really, yeah, super interesting. One interaction that is there, I want to like quickly demonstrate, is of course Kulu. Kulu was the hero I was worried about, that Zandrok would be an immediate counter. But what they settled on, and what they settled on doing is, yeah, the wall doesn't really get destroyed, the wall of Kulu, so those parts all stay. The middle way gets opened, which I think is a rather fair solution. So you can get to the enemy side, you can open it up, but Kulu can of course resummon it, and then it will behave just like all the time before. So it is not like Kulu gets super countered with it. I think melee teams get a bit more access, but it isn't too meta to go through the middle in that case, because you can still block the middle off in many maps by just having either another melee hero or like putting a Callan or something in front of it, because only one hero at a time can reasonably go through there. And you can see my melee team still got destroyed in this one, so this is not really a question. I just want to show you guys how this works with Kulu. So interesting hero, not super strong, not bad at all, and probably for the Mauler average that we see at the current times, one of the better heroes to be. I hope this video helped you a little bit. Definitely stay tuned for the Zenny video. I have some crazy stuff, some crazy interactions there. Overall enjoyed her more than Zandrok, I have to say. So yeah, we'll see about that. Make sure you click the link down in the description, because that will, as always, bring you to our sponsor Loot Bar, where you can always get the biggest and best dragon crystals for the best prices overall. And if you go through the link in the description, you also support my channel and get some discount coupons that make your next purchase even cheaper. So definitely don't miss out on that. Use Loot Bar to get cheaper dragon crystals, to get cheaper Zandrok, to get cheaper Zenny. And definitely make use of those offers there. Good service, use it myself, and personally I recommend the lock-in top-up. And with this I would say, tell me your opinion of Zandrok down in the comments below, and we'll see us in the next one.